So, folks, what did I get up to last night? Well, give me a minute and I'll bloody tell you. Just give me a minute. I'm going to tell you what I got up to yesterday, and I've got, something unbelievable to tell you, a shocking thing to tell you, which you won't believe. And I'm also going to ask for an apology for myself, because I let myself down last night, I really did. No, last night I went to watch old Francis. Yes, I went to watch Francis in that there Parr... What do you mean, Francis who? Where's your bloody manners? Francis Rossi. Status quo's Francis Rossi. He was at the old Parr Hall last night. Oh, I went watch him. Yes, went watch him. I went like a year ago. Did a bit of a review a year ago. It went down pretty well, so I thought I'd do it again. So I'm going to tell you my thoughts on last night, as I say. I'll ask for an apology. It can only be for myself, nobody else. I can't apologise to anybody else, really. I'll have to try to forgive myself, although it's proving difficult. And as I say, I've got a startling revelation for you, which you will not believe. You won't believe it at all. First, we'll go with the apology. Now, I'd had the ticket bought months and months and months ago. I think it was July of last year. But I'm something of a lazy bugger, me. I didn't even bother picking it up. I'm a skinflint as well. They could have put it in the post for me, but it'd be an extra £3. Or you can pick up at the box office. I thought, that sounds okay by me. Picked up at the box office last year. Was going to do the same this year. But yesterday, I'm ticketless and I'm thinking, I better make sure the box office is open. Go at concert tonight. I've got no ticket yet. So rings them up. No joy. Rings up again. Answer machine. Box office is closed Saturday and Sunday. I thought, oh my God, I hope I can get in tonight. I hope it's open. Then I thought, well, it'll probably be open when the doors are open. I hope it will be. And they give you an email to send something to. So I sent an email. Will I be able to pick up tonight? 2 hours later, still no reply, nothing. Anyway, I get Sir indoors to drop me off. Now, I live closer to Parr Hall now than I ever did before, because I've recently had an house move. I could probably walk there, but it's far enough for me, because I'm a bit of a lazy bugger at my age. So I got her indoors, drop me off. I said, look, wait outside. If I'm in, I'll ring you. If not, I'm going to be coming back to the car with tail between my legs. And it wouldn't have gone down very well, because I was supposed to be out last night with Leader, her mate, her fella Paul, and her indoors to that there Liverpool. We arranged it 2 weeks ago, and then about Wednesday of this week I thought, oh my God, I'm seeing old Francis on Saturday. I'm not going to miss that for nothing. I knew they'd be put out, me cancelling, I knew they'd be put out. Anyway, we're going this afternoon. When I've recorded this, we'll be in Liverpool, well, an hour or two later. And I knew she'd be upset, and she was. Now, if I'd not got in there, they'd be even more upset. They've changed the plans just for me, because I want to see old Francis, and I've got no picking ticket. Anyway, worry over. Gets out of the car, goes to the box office, open. Oh, we've got your ticket here, Dave. Don't worry about it. Didn't call me Dave, didn't know who I was, but they had my ticket. Now, I thought to myself, I've gone to concerts for many a year. Doors open at 7. You start going in at 7:30. Gig might come on at 8, might come on at 8:30. Support first. Main at 9:15, maybe 9 o'clock, and you know where you are. Well, with this Francis, this is what he's doing now. There's no support act. I knew that. But I thought, he's not going to come on at 7:30, it'd be 8 o'clock, probably 8 o'clock, 8:15. He'll do a couple of hours, 10:15. He's getting on a bit now, he likes finishing a bit earlier than he used to, so I thought, that'll do me, that'll be fine. I gets there at 8:20, don't I? Gets me ticket, I said, what time's it starting? It's on. You're joking. It's on. This is his first song, though. We did a bit of a chat, this is his first song. Well, I love the chat's what I love. I love chatting, I love listening to chat. I love the stories. I felt awful. I'd missed 10 minutes. Absolutely gutted I was. Absolutely gutted. I felt I'd let him down. I don't let Francis and the Quo boys down. I don't. And I felt I'd let him down. I've been there at the front at the Apollo all the way till the end. All the way till the end. I've missed trains for them before watching Quo when they finish late. I've actually get late buses home and then walked halfway home. That's how keen I am on the Quo and on Francis. I thought I'd let him down and I'd let myself down. I thought, I'm never going to get that 10 minutes back. I was gutted. Anyway, sat in my chair right near the back downstairs. Perfect view, belting view, sound, sensational. It was brilliant. Concert, absolutely. Oh, before I go any further, because these are weighing heavy on me, I said I've got some news. That's my apology out the way. I hope you can I'll have to forgive myself for getting there late. I'm struggling with it, but I will forgive myself in the end. I said I had some revealing, startling news, and it is. Francis has gone grey. He's gone grey. No, not his bonds. He's been grey for years. No, I don't mind what colour his hair is. Didn't like the ponytail. Didn't like that at all. Them years, they weren't for me, the ponytail years. Other than that, Francis, top notch. Absolutely brilliant. No, he's gone grey a while. Socks. Hope I'm not giving anything away here. After 30 or 40 years in white socks, he's now gone to, I think that's fawn, but I've not got any grey ones. He's now gone to grey. I was shocked. Really shocked. That was one of the big revelations of the night. Francis Rossi moves away from white socks. Am I giving the game away for folks that's going to see it in the future? I might have took a line out of his concert there. I hope not. I hope he won't mind. No, he's gone grey. He might not last, he said. He might go back to white, but at the moment he's grey. That was a shocking revelation for me, that. Anyway, back to the concert. Did a number of songs, and I mean bundles of songs. In fact, I would suggest they did more songs than chat, which in some respects was brilliant, because I love the songs, and in some respects wasn't, because I love Francis when he's on full tilt, full chat. I love some of the stories, and it wasn't so much stories as just chatting with the audience. And I missed that. I think he did more chat in Preston when I seen him 2 tours ago, and I think he probably did more chat last year. Still loved it this year, still fantastic. And the fact that there was more songs and newer songs added an extra dimension to it. But I loved the chat as well. I think on reflection, I'd like to see him doing a couple of hours with Andy Zoppo, musically, and a couple of hours just chatting. I just love listening to him. There's something about him that I like, and I've never known what it is. I just find him really entertaining. But as a concert, absolutely brilliant. Sound again was sensational. You wouldn't believe you could get such a great sound out of 2 acoustic guitars. I know they're all mic'd up and everything else, and but fantastic sound, great PA, just absolutely brilliant. If you've not been, folks, to see him on one of his 2 or 3 tours that he's done, the tunes and chat kind of style, give it a go, honestly. Please give it a go. Last night it's nearly full. I can see about 20 seats near me that weren't taken. There might have been 50 seats in a hall. I don't know how many the Parr Hall takes. It might be 11 or 1200 or something like that. So it's almost a full house. It should be a full house. It's a brilliant, brilliant show. What I love about Francis is he's getting on in years now, but his voice hasn't diminished at all. He's not lost it at all. He's on point with virtually all the vocals for my one. He's just brilliant. He's just absolutely top-notch. You would not know he's advancing in years. And the guitar playing, I mean, everybody calls the Quo the 3 chords, the 4 chord wonders and whatever else. But what I like about the Quo songs is they're really well put together. They're nearly always really, really, really tuneful. And for all he might not use loads and loads of chords, and for all he might not be what they class as a shredder and up and down his fretboard and whatever else, everything is really musically on point, really tuneful and really nice. Nothing's wasted. The songs were just brilliant. The guitar work by both himself and Andy, absolutely great. The old concert, absolutely great. Just loved it. There were high points. There were lots of high points. I mean, I knew he was going to do many obscure songs. I mean, I think he did. Was it Claudia? I think he did Claudia, which I love. I mean, when I look at Quo, I would say probably my favourite 3 or 4 songs, I was thinking of it last night, they're probably songs that not everybody else would have. As their my phone's going, I've not knocked it off. If I was in a concert, I'd get looked at. I'm not going to answer it. My favourite 3 or 4 Quo songs for different reasons would probably be, and it's weird because they're totally different ends of the spectrum. For a slow song, I'd probably have Blue for You. It's a real slow one, but I love it. For a real fast song, there'd probably be Mystery Song, which is probably as fast as they've ever gone. And then in the middle, it'd be Down Down. Down Down because, I mean, it's the greatest ever hit. It's the biggest ever hit. My mate who long since died, and I mean long since died, we watched the Quo and missed the train together. Bus halfway home and then walked the rest. Once we wouldn't have missed the last train, but we did because we got arrested. That's another story. That was me and him being stupid. We deserved it. We're being stupid. Could have been a bit dodgy in the end. It wasn't. Not that we're bad boys, but that's one of the things I remember about the Quo concert, getting arrested, but that's a story for another time. But my mate loved Down Down. He loved it, and he died probably 2 or 3 years after maybe a couple of years after the last time we seen Quo together. We'd be in the front row at Manchester Apollo, and I just remember looking at him, and he just absolutely loved that song, and he loved the Quo, as I do, and as I did myself. So they've been my 3 fave songs, and it's weird because one of them is sung by old Alan, and one of them sung by Rick. Yet the songs I love the most for Quo are the songs sung by Francis. I do a bit of the old karaoke singing myself, and the ones I tend to sing are the Francis songs because they suit my voice. The Rick ones don't, the Francis ones do. I've given you my 3 favourite songs, but then again, although I've given you my three favourite, there's probably one that goes above them all. And he sung it last night. And I just love the song. And when they played last time in Warrington, I had a bit of a dialogue over WhatsApp with his number two there, his oppo there, old Andy. Nice fella, really, really nice fella. And I said, you know what, I just wish they'd sing the old country and western classic. And he said, which one? And I said, well, Wild Side of Life, I love that song, I wish it. He said, that's one we've talked about and thought about doing. He said, but we've not done it yet. Anyway, I heard a rumour that they were going to do it on this tour, and they did. Wild Side of Life was about fourth or fifth song in, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The two high points for me last night were Wild Side of Life, and funnily enough, one that I'd never put in one of the greatest hits, but it was brilliant. Rock and Roll. They did Rock and Roll, a version of their Rock and Roll. It was sensational. I loved it. They were the two out of all of them that I really, really liked. And Claudie's somewhere there as well. The only one song that they didn't do that I'd love them to do, I've got 5 songs really, so I've got Blue for You, Mystery Song, Down Down, Wild Side of Life, and the other one, which I thought they might have done last night because it got some audience participation, is Dirty Water. I just love Dirty Water. So that's my suggestion for the next tour, lads. If you come again next year, do Dirty Water. But don't do it anywhere on this tour. You didn't do it in Warrington. Don't do it on this tour. I'd be very short-changed if I heard you doing that somewhere else and not in that there Warrington. I'm only going to see you this tour in Warrington. Don't want you doing that for anybody else. Next year, Dirty Water. It's been requested by a proper Quo fan. I might have the badges and the patches and all that, but I'm a Quo fan. Don't worry about that. I'm also a Rossi fan. So no, just a fantastic concert last night. Honestly, I'm gutted that I got there 7-8 minutes late. I really am. But I loved it. Everything was brilliant. Some of the stories were great. As I said, I'd like there to have been more. At one time, Francis mentioned his age. They asked if they're likely to tour again with Quo, and he said, I just don't see it. I don't. He said, look, I look at it like this. He said, I don't know that I can. He said, touring with Quo is so much harder than this. He said, and you're on your feet all the way through, whereas this, I'm sat down. I think he said, I'm 78 next birthday. To that, they start applauding. He said, no, I've not said it for that reason. I love that about Francis. He's very self-deprecating, as I am myself. And he says good things and nice things and things that... We're a weird bunch of Brits. We applaud things that don't deserve applause. I mean, why applaud someone for being 78? You say to Francis, would you rather be 78 or 48? He'll pick 48. He don't want to applaud him for being 78. He don't want to be 78, ideally. He'd rather be 48. But that's what us Brits do. And he said, no, that's not how I've said it. Don't applaud. There was a bit later where there was something mentioned about Warrington. And how do you feel about playing Warrington as compared to you play Glastonbury and Wembley and blah, 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 blah. And he gave a brilliant answer that they started to applaud. He said, no, that's not why I've said it. So to be honest with you, I feel I know a lot about showbiz. I think the question where they asked about Warrington compared to other, I would imagine in the other 6 venues he's already played, I think they played 6, I would imagine that question's already been asked. I would imagine that's a question that they carry with them for the show, but I could be wrong. That's just me looking at it from a different angle, but I could be wrong. Anyway, that's by the by. They asked about Quo, and he said, I just don't see it. He said, look, I'm doing this tour now, and I love it. I think he said I'm doing a bit in Europe, and then I'm doing more of this next year. Then it'd probably be the year after that I'd have to fit in Quo, if there was anything for Quo. He said, by which time I'm 79, 80, I don't know if I can physically do it. It's not that I don't want to, but I just can't see it happening. He said, I wake up every morning, and I'm grateful for every new day. How do I know when I'm not going to wake up? He said, I'm not saying never. I'm not going to lie and say we'll never do it, but I'm not going to say yes, we'll do it if my body can't do it. Or he said, I just don't know. But at this stage, if you say, am I going to tour again with Quo or do any gigs with Quo, I'd say it's more likely the answer would be no. But I'm not certain. And I thought it was just an absolutely top answer, because I understood where he was coming from all the way through there. Thought it was a great answer. So, thoughts on it last night, just brilliant. I mean, I think the ticket was about 50 odd quid. I'm downstairs at the back. I only got 1 pint at half time. It's about 6 quid, but it was a nice pint. And I spent 20 quid on a programme. They're a lot dearer now. I mean, it's all packaged up. I've not even yet opened it or looked at it. I'm going to tomorrow. I'm out to Liverpool today, and I'm looking forward to reading it tomorrow. I get a programme wherever I go. I have done through the years. I've got loads of Quo programmes. I'll be honest with you as well, on the concert, there's 2 or 3 songs that I didn't know. Because I started my quad journey probably 73, and probably the next 10 LPs. In a batch, I bought everything, and I know every song of all of them. But there's some earlier Quo LPs and later ones where I only know the odd song from. And he did 2 or 3 songs that I didn't know. I'm honest enough to admit that. One song I wasn't over keen on the whole night. It wasn't great. There was one song, a very melancholy song. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Can't remember what it's called already. I'd forgot it 10 minutes after he'd done it. Because that's me, my memory's crap. Every song bar 2, there's one well-known one that I thought wasn't brilliant, but it's not. I'm not a lover of it. And there was the one song that I didn't know, that I wasn't keen on. But as I say, there was about 2 other songs I didn't know, both great, and one of them was fantastic, really fantastic. Because I think Francis gets a bit disappointed that some fans don't like the more commercial songs or the more slower, melancholy songs. I love slower melancholy. I love all of that stuff. You know, if the Blue For You LP, the songs I love on there are the obscure ones, same as the Hollow LP. I like the stuff that you don't normally hear them play. I think it's brilliant. I think he's great with words. He's a great writer, as I say, great singer, great guitar player. Just fantastic. Absolutely loved it. I'm going to do a video after this about Francis and what I feel about Francis and why I do or don't like him. If you've watched this, give it a watch, see what you think. It might be out today, it might be out tomorrow, Monday. It's whether I've got time to record it before I go on the lash in that Liverpool later. But concert last night, Francis Rossi in Warrington, I'd say probably 9.5 out of 10. Had you sung Dirty Water? It'd have been a 10 from Len. No, I'm not Len, I'm Dave. Or Grumpy. It would have been a 10. So next time, Dirty Water into the set, it'll be a 10. I'd love him to do Blue For You, for all Alan sung that. It's a great song, Blue For You. Does anybody else like Blue For You? I love it. Maybe a slower version of Mystery Song. Again, I know Rick sung that, but what I loved about Mystery Song, it was so unquo-like when it came out. Anyway, I'm just talking, I'm rambling now. I do tend to ramble, but no, I loved it. Thought it was fantastic. Thought it was great. Thought himself and Andy were both absolutely great. Just great. Just a fantastic night. Absolutely loved it. If they come back next year, will I be there again? Without a shadow of a doubt. I will not miss it. As long as I'm still alive and can get around, I'll be there. Don't worry about that.